de-escalate after the killings of 2 U.S. citizens by federal immigration enforcement agents. The president sent in his border czar, Tom Homan, to replace Greg Bovino, the Border Patrol commander who had been the face of the crackdown. But President Trump says he's not letting up with the enforcement.
I don't think it's a pullback. It's a little bit of a change. Everybody in this room that has a business, you make little changes. Bovino's very good, but he's a pretty out there kind of a guy, and in some cases that's good. Maybe it wasn't good here.
President Trump tells Fox News he's largely satisfied with how his team has carried out the operation while acknowledging it may have inflamed tensions. He says Tom Homan has been meeting with Minnesota's governor and the mayor of Minneapolis, and he hears it's going well.
But, Nathan, there are more signs of tension in Minneapolis. A man attacked Minnesota Democrat Ilhan Omar during a town hall as she called for consequences over the aggressive enforcement. The man appeared to squirt some kind of liquid on the congresswoman before security and police tackled him. Omar carried on with her speech.
Here is the reality that people like this ugly man don't understand. We are Minnesota strong, and we will stay resilient in the face of whatever they might throw at us.
And Congresswoman Ilhan Omar called for ICE to be abolished and for Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem to resign or be impeached.
And Karen, those calls are growing louder on Capitol Hill. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer is adding to the pressure on Secretary Noem.
Kristi Noem is a liar. She's vicious. She's also incompetent. Donald Trump must fire her at once before another American is killed under her watch.
Minority Leader Chuck Schumer spoke on the Senate floor. 2 Republican senators, Lisa Murkowski and Tom Tillis, also say Noem should step down. Noem has come under criticism for saying the latest shooting victim in Minneapolis, Alex Preddy, brandished a weapon and committed an act of terrorism. Multiple videos show Preddy holding a cell phone before federal agents tackled and shot him. White House Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller says Noem's initial statement was based on reports from Border Patrol agents on the ground. He says they may not have followed the administration's protocols in the lead up to the shooting.
Nathan, Apple CEO Tim Cook is weighing in on the fatal shooting of ICU nurse Alex Preddy. In a memo on Apple's employee website, Cook said he is heartbroken by the events and called for calm. Cook added that he discussed the matter with President Trump earlier this week. He had come under fire from employees for attending a White House screening of a documentary on First Lady Melania Trump the evening of the shooting.
We turn now to the weather, Karen, because frigid temperatures are here to stay. And look out, another winter storm may be brewing. Let's get the latest from Bloomberg meteorologist Craig Allen. Not again, Craig.
Yeah, Nathan, we're watching that very closely. We're starting off with the bitter cold this morning and even colder as we go through the week, though. Right now, listening to us in Boston, it is 13 with a wind chill of -3. There are single-digit numbers just to the west along 90 up in Massachusetts. Right now, Central Park, 15 with a wind chill of 4. And down towards D.C. at Washington National, it's 18. Dulles, 17. Also with wind chills currently in the single digits. As for that storm, it's developing once again and definitely will form off the mid-Atlantic coastline. The question we have right now is whether or not that comes up the coast like it did last weekend, or whether or not it'll get pushed just slightly enough out to sea. Something we will watch right through the next several days, and we'll talk about it more coming up in just a little bit. Nathan and Karen?
All right, that's Bloomberg meteorologist Craig Allen. Thank you, Craig. We'll be checking back with you throughout the morning. We want to turn to the markets now, and President Trump weighing in on the weakness of the dollar. Bloomberg's John Tucker joins us with the very latest. John, good morning.
Good morning, Karen. The dollar suffered its deepest one-day drop since last year's tariff rollout after the president said he didn't think the currency had weakened excessively.
No, I think it's great. I mean, the value of the dollar, look at the business we're doing.
We asked former Dallas Fed President Robert Kaplan about the assertion a weak dollar makes U.S. goods more attractive.
Yes, it is true a weaker dollar boosts exports. However, we have, in the United States, has 39 trillion of debt on its way to 40 trillion plus. And when you have that much debt, I think stability of the currency probably trumps exports.
Well, President Trump's seeming indifference to the dollar's drop is seen by some as another signal to sell the currency and accelerate the quiet quitting of assets like U.S. Treasuries. And this dollar debasement pushing gold to a record high. Dollar DXY down 0.1% this morning. Gold at $53.12 an ounce. In New York, I'm John Tucker, Bloomberg Radio.
All right, John, thanks. All this as the Federal Reserve gets ready to make its first rate decision of the year. That's coming up this afternoon. And after 3 consecutive cuts, the central bank is widely expected to leave rates unchanged. We get a preview from Bloomberg's Michael McKee.